Oregon is truly a special place for a bird hunter. It offers incredibly unique, awe-inspiring landscapes like temperate rainforests along the coast, where mountain quail can be found, the rugged, steep, high desert that chukar inhabit, and the deep canyons below that hold coveys of valley quail. In a place like this, even a bad day on birds will fulfill a wing shooter's adventurous spirit as you take in and immerse yourself in the places these birds live. So I knew when my friends Ben and Chad wanted to meet up in December to experience it for themselves, weather be damned, we were bound to have a memorable time.
We drive up into the mountains and it's just like this very foggy, very surreal, very like misty kind of landscape. And I didn't really believe that there could be quail in a place like this.
Look, there's a covey of mountain quail right up here crossing the road. They're going up the hill right now. They were down in this, just off into this cut, and they're heading up in because they heard us coming.
The quail, they do spend a lot of time on the roads picking gravel. They use those as travel routes. So he said, we're likely to see birds on the road.
Well, I guess we'll just walk up on the road here and then let the dogs do their thing. Be on the lookout up the hill though. It's just because we saw a bunch go that way. It doesn't mean there's not still.
Just a classic, beautiful covey rise.
And then another few birds got up flying uphill and I took a shot and dropped a bird right there on the road. That was my first mountain quail experience.
Chad got his first one, I got my first one off of that covey rise, and it was awesome.
Out. Good girl, good girl.
And then I saw the birds. It's like a really, really beautiful blue, and it's hands down the prettiest quail species I've seen.
It had a top knot on it that probably 2.5 inches long, just this amazing feather that just protruded from its skull, and the coloration on the chest and the barring on the side. It was just one of the most beautiful birds that I've ever actually held in my hand.
We watched a number of the birds make their way up the hill. They flushed up, they wanted to get into that dense cover, so we decided to continue on. We wanted to push up and see if there's any stragglers that kind of stayed in the area or if they made their way out, but we were going to do a quick loop.
We started climbing up into the mist, and that's literally what it was. It was just like this freezing, misty, dreamlike landscape, and it totally unlike anything I've ever hunted in my life.
And that's when I realized how thick it was actually walking through this stuff. And all of a sudden I take a step next to a tree and this bird just whoosh, right off my leg. I thought it was gone. All of a sudden I hear boom. Then Nate goes, got him.
Good girl, catch her. What's this? What's this? What's this? There it is, good girl, good job.
I picked it up on a wild flush, and Tika came and pointed it for me. There it is. Another beautiful mountain quail.
And then, like that, probably within, I would say, a half an hour of actually starting our mountain quail hunt, all three of us had gotten our bird.
That's amazing.
We're up here, like we said, we're at around 1,600 feet to kind of hit that snow line, and we want to either stay there or below with these mountain quails. So we'll take it back down. We're seeing a lot of areas that have kind of this thick timber, but obviously where we found that first group, it was right on that edge, right? We saw a cut on one side, like steep cut on one hill, and then cover up above. So we'll go lower to kind of get out of this snow, but look for those areas.
Yeah, and you can see, like, plainly see where the cuts are.
There has to be some elevation change so they could dive off. It's kind of an escape route. But then the nice thing is you got water right below, and you got water, kind of a drainage up top. So in that area, they're likely to have pretty much everything they need.
See him?
Point here. Purple. Oh. See, no shot. Not with those dogs. Be ready for the two up top here.
Tika, Nate's dog, unreal mountain quail hunter, probably one of the most cautious dogs I've seen. And she would just work down the trail, creep, creep, creep.
Definitely takes it slow when she's going through there, because even if she doesn't smell them right away, there's been times where they've caught her off guard and she's seen them. It's a little bit of a trail game, and finding birds off from trails or old logging roads and making your way down, waiting for your dog to kind of get birdie.
There was super birdie right in here.
Yeah. Well, I got tracked right over here at this point.
And finally, we were just walking down the trail and poof, they just bust out right next to us.
All I remember is a covey of quail getting up and flying down into some of the thickest snow-covered, blow-down vegetation I've ever walked through.
That was a whole covey. Come on, take care.
And we hiked through that thatch and that nasty, nasty ground cover, and we never moved that covey again.
Dang. Well, like you said, they're kind of ghosts sometimes.
We live in the correct environment to be ghosts.
Yeah, that's true.
We struggled, and we never found those quail. And that was, to me, kind of sums up what mountain quail hunting is. Like, these birds are so emblematic of the place they inhabit. They're just like these wraiths that appear and then don't appear. I just remember thinking, like, am I quail hunting or am I ghost hunting?
If you're a quail hunter, if you're a bird hunter in general, you owe it to yourself to come out and hunt mountain quail. A, for the scenery, B, for the bird itself. It is spectacular.
It had started to snow pretty heavily as we were coming out. We made the decision, we sort of called an audible and decided to go east the next morning down into the Columbia River Gorge country and try to find chukar and valley quail.
And in a span of a few hours, it was a ridiculous transformation in scenery.
But Nate had a spot that he thought we could get up above the weather, up and up on the top, where we wouldn't have to start from the bottom and find some chukar.
We're gonna hit this bottom section here that kind of leads down, sage tops, and we'll just run this top all the way through.
I mean, it's just like a different world out here.
Yeah, I mean, you go from temperate rainforest to high desert in a couple hours. Into the void we go. Fetch him up! Fetch him up! Here, right here. There's that one. And that one.
Chica went on point, Covey got up, Nate shot 2 out of there, and it was like, okay, we made it. Like, this is awesome.
I know. Good girl. Just looking at the difference, right? Obviously that's south face. So on the other side of this, I bet that's where, it doesn't matter what species, most of our birds are gonna be. I think we should just hit the top ridge, run it, and then we'll maybe drop just like 20, 30 yards on the side hill.
Chukar hunting isn't that hard. Everyone always complains like, this is like the most intense sport, it's brutal, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, sure, like, I'm a flatlander here and I'm doing just fine. Then we went over on the other side of the hill and I was like, yep, this is what they're talking about.
You're standing on like this precipice, this sheer rock wall, and you can't tell how far down it is, you can't tell how far out the valley is. It's just like you're staring into the void.
we ran Tika again, and she was just dialed. And to see that transformation of her working so carefully and so tightly, like adapting to that cover, mountain quail terrain, and then moving out to this chukar country and ranging 400, 500, 600 yards, I mean, that is a sign of a fantastic dog. This is awesome. Like, I shot my first chukar, and no sooner than I shot, I hear boom, boom. Sure enough, Chad got that one. So not only first on the same covey of mountain quail, but first birds on the same covey of chukars.
There you are, man. Look at that.
That's a nice one there.
Look at that.
That's a mountain. Our first chukar.
First chukar.
First wild chukar.
Live up to their reputation, that's for sure.
They do.
To be able to come to this place and to experience that for myself and to actually get one was really special to me. Even though it wasn't a quail, I can definitely see how chukar hunting can get in the blood, because it got in mine a little bit.
Amos is rolling, he's 300, 400 yards out there. I'm just crossing my fingers like, gosh, just please don't bump birds, and if you do, just bump them where I can't see them, so I'm not mad at you. Alpha beeps, look at my watch, all right, he's on point at like 280 yards.
And he's just solid.
Dog's first point on chukar.
This was classic chukar territory. It was a steep angle going down to the valley below.
I stop and I see, you know, a group of birds kind of milling around there. It's like, oh yeah, he's got them. I get to probably 30 yards and they pitch down kind of in this ravine, and it was game on. It's like, okay, I got that one. Another one was swinging, shot that one, and like I was just overjoyed. Like, yes, this is awesome. Walk down there, find the first one.
Here we go. They make you earn every bird, don't they?
It's like, okay, this is a special bird, right? This is my dog's first pointed covey of birds. It was almost better than the first one, just because you have that so much pride. Any bird dog owner knows that feeling.
That is a dang cool bird.
I was like, okay guys, I think the other bird should be down a little bit lower from that one.
Fetch it up, find the bird.
So we're searching, we got at the dogs in there, Tika's looking, and it's like nothing.
And so about 50 to 75 yards below where we knew that bird had gone down, there was this like rock outcropping.
And Tika was like hell-bent, like this, something is here. And I guess I was just looking where I thought I shot it, because I'm like, it fell right here. But she was convinced, and always trust the dog.
It's probably a 7 foot, 6 foot ledge with a crack in between, and there's some drops down in there. Chad climbs in there, and he reaches, you know, Chad's a little taller guy, and he's got some long arms.
I reached in, despite my misgivings or my trepidation, I reached in, I grabbed this bird.
Found it. It's in a crevice of a rock.
And so Ben got his double on chukar, which was really cool.
Good job, Tika.
That was a good, what, 70 yards?
75 yards, yeah.
Super cool.
Whoever decided to put chukar here in the United States, thank you. I will be back to do this, because that was probably one of the most fun species of birds I've hunted. Day 3, the name of the game was Valley Quail. Nate took us down into this kind of a big like riparian wash area that flowed into the river. And when we got down there, it was like, okay, this looks like good quail habitat. And when I say good quail habitat, like I would find bobwhites in this stuff.
What I know about valley quail is low and wet is where you want to be. These valley quail are always near water. It's, you know, without a doubt, if you got water and some cover in a low spot, you can find them. And then if you look around, even in this area, you know, ODFW has done some CRP planning and spots around there, which adds to that.
Let's go find some. We've got a slam to get.
We gotta try.
Let's do it.
Gotta try. Kind of let the dogs do their thing and just be ready. Oh, there's one right there. Right there, quick. Going that way.
Yep, I see that. They're little.
Yeah, they're tiny.
Because they came out right here, I think, did they? I don't know if I'm ready to risk wet feet right now.
You come down here, you should be able to walk it.
Oh man, this is dumb. Oh, maybe not so dumb. Oh yeah, like a cat.
Right there. Be ready, I can hear them.
Nope, I was slipping down this hill. Where do you hear them, mate?
I heard them right out in front of Chad here. So just kind of be ready there.
No, 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 no.
Oh yeah?
Watch that one.
Weird little singles. This is different.
Yep. Nice shot, nice shot.
Take here.
Good boy.
Good work. Male, female?
Male.
Nice. On the board.
For how many different things in way different habitats, like in one area.
What's really weird is just that's 3 birds really, and each one of them kind of pop like singles.
Yeah.
I rarely see that until after I've broken up a covey, right? So I don't know if maybe we're just catching some stragglers from a larger covey that's one way up or one way down.
Yeah.
And we'll hit more, but definitely odd. Ben, I just saw a covey here. Go ahead and cross here now.
Herb here. Didn't get as lucky that time.
Basically right at that point is where they all went down.
Gotcha.
So I think if we kind of stay up top here instead of pushing through.
And just maybe try to squash them.
Yeah, we'll kind of come in and we'll squash them on the wall and hopefully get them up, you know. Drop one, fetch it up. Fetch it up, Teak.
Tika Tika, good girl. Hey.
Good girl, right here. 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 Out. Good girl. Thank you, thank you. Good girl. Another nice male. Good work.
More.
There's more that way.
Held tight. That was cool.
Where's her back? Is he in front? Okay. But she's definitely tracking now. Good girl. Good girl. You blew them both at the same one, didn't you?
Matter, but I think it does.
Gets in your head
It's
a
like,
little bit.
I gotta get that. I gotta get the last bird. I gotta get it.
It does get in your head a little bit. Good work. Good work.
That one was with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Good work, Chad. Teak, fetch it
Herb,
up.
back.
Good work. Good
Herbie,
work.
Deborah, Herb, back.
Teak, fetch. Good girl. Bring it here. Oh, good girl. Good girl. There you are.
There it is.
It is.
First one.
There's a slam.
There's my slam right there.
When the dog brought that quail back to me, and I had that valley quail in my hand, what it represented for me was to be able to come to this place and to be able to experience this bird where it lives, and to kind of like give me a deeper appreciation for what they represent.
Good work, man.
Thanks.
Good work. On the board.
It's all you. I can see why they like it in here. There's all sorts of stuff to eat. Hey, what's that way at the end? Are those just Tweeties? Hey, Herb. Find them. Right here. Oh, one got up, one got up. Right there.
Oh, stay on it. Fetch it up, Teak.
Good boy, here. Here, good boy, Herbert. Another one we were just talking about, like, the cover just like looks better, less cattails, more forbs, more brushy stuff, and no sooner the dogs were getting birdie. Had another one. Fun day.
It's like quail hunt to come out and experience the kind of things that I experienced on this trip. Seeing the coastal range and being able to feel that sense of mystery and wonder and chasing these apparitions, these ghostly quail through the rainforest. And then to be able to head east just an hour and a half and to be on this magnificent, utterly awe-inspiring landscape with these chasms and gorges, and to hunt chukar in a landscape that I have no idea how they even survive out there. It's so harsh. And then to be able to go down into a creek bottom, down at the bottoms of those gorges, and to be able to find, these remarkable little valley quail, these little, and they're small quail, these little rockets. To me, it just sort of like encapsulates everything why I hunt.
Great scenery and some really, really cool birds. I'm gonna be back here 100%. It's a long drive for a lot of people, but 100% well worth it. It was an incredible experience all around.